Welcome to Career Launch Australia. In the last video, you might remember I talked to you about one of the important aspects of the job search, which was your proactiveness. In today's video, I would like to talk to you about another important aspect which I call as the difference maker in your job search or even otherwise, and that is called flexibility. So keep watching. So flexibility is one of the difference makers. And here is why flexibility is such an important aspect when it comes to your job search. So the first point is flexibility shows openness. And what I mean by openness is, when you are accepting a particular role, a particular position, you want to be open in terms of accepting a role, whether it is a temporary role or a permanent role or a contract role. Many times I have seen that people are so stuck to the word security, that they always want to get a job which is a permanent role. But what I have seen in today's day and age is, in most cases, I would say, companies prefer to offer a contract role to the employees first, so that they can gauge their performance over a period of maybe 6 months or a year, and then in many cases I have seen that they get absorbed by the company because now they have proved their credibility to the employer. So that way flexibility plays an important role. So whether it's a temporary role, contract role, or a permanent role, you should accept it. In fact, I would say that a contract role gives you much more freedom in terms of changing the jobs, or in terms of changing your career at times, and so on. So the first point in terms of flexibility is that it shows openness. The second thing is flexibility boosts relationships. And what I mean by that is, when you are flexible, you start valuing other people more than your own ego. And this will tremendously help you when it comes to doing the strategic networking, connecting with people in a meaningful way, adding value to people, and so on. Because strategic networking is one of the most important aspects when it comes to your job search, or even otherwise. Even if you have a job and you want to thrive in your career, your strategic networking will play a very, very important role. The third aspect when it comes to flexibility, that it demonstrates your ability to bend and also to blend well with the company culture. Now this is critically important. Now one of the aspects what people are looking for in you, and this is what will separate you from other people, is that your ability to blend well in the company culture. So even if you haven't worked here in Australia and you are a new immigrant in Australia, and you are looking for a job in your field, if you are, or rather when you are able to demonstrate to the employer that you have the ability to blend well with people from different cultures, even if they are people from your own country, it doesn't matter. As long as it shows that you have the flexibility to blend well with the people from different cultures, and maybe from different nationalities if you have managed stakeholders overseas and so on, that will tremendously help you in terms of getting the job and in terms of thriving in your career as well. And the last and the most important point is flexibility gives you the control. And what I mean by this is this: when you're looking for a job, in today's day and age, in most cases, the employers, or rather even the recruiters, will ask you, what are your salary expectations? Now, if you say to them that I want a salary of X amount of dollars, then it will be a problem, or it can be a problem, because that is not the salary that they have in their mind. So they are thinking, if you are not flexible, if you want this kind of salary, then you're not the right fit for them, because they cannot afford to pay that salary. Now, you don't want to be in a situation where they start talking salary with you. That is unfortunately the case in the given times. in today's day and age, that they start talking to you about the salary from day one. What are your salary expectations? And this will come to you more so from the recruiters than the employers. So recruiters will say, this is the salary that my employer can offer you. What do you think? Now, if you are stuck on that salary part, then you will not move to the next stage, which is the interview process. So my formula, my simple logic and formula for that is to say that I'm looking for a salary between this and this. Give them a range, number one. And number two, even if they say that, well, I don't think even this range is suitable for our employer and they won't pay you this kind of salary, you can most certainly say, well, I'm a little flexible when it comes to salary. Why don't we take it to the next stage, which is the interview, the first interview or the second round of interviews, and then we'll see how we go from there. That gives them also the flexibility to think, oh yes, so he's flexible. So he can bend a little bit if need be. And in many cases you will find that when you are in front of the employer, who is actually the decision maker and who is going to recruit you in the job, you will probably astonish him with your capability, with your expertise, with your experience in the past, by giving the example, by telling them the stories from your previous accomplishments and so on. So it is possible that even if they are saying, even if the recruiter is saying to you that the employer will not be able to pay you this much, you should not be surprised if when the employer talks to you and when they interview you and you influence them so much as opposed to impressing, that they are more than willing to pay you that kind of salary, because they are looking for somebody exactly like you and they have found a person like you. So never ever discount this particular factor, which is called flexibility. In fact, it is the difference maker when it comes to your job search. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions or if you are of any other opinion, feel free to reach out to us and I'll be more than happy to comment on that. But my intention today was to add as much value as I possibly can in this small video. And I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, you take care and bye for now.